Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks.
I found a castle.
I'm Rand. Today, I will be giving you the early prelim picks for UFC 256. Like I said, these are early prelim. Originally, it was supposed to be...
No, you never said that.
Whatever. Originally, it was supposed to be 4. You got black frosting all over your face.
We make cookies.
Originally, it was supposed to be 4 early prelim fights, but because of the COVID, Dwight Grant caught it and tested positive. So Dwight Grant versus Li Jingliang, that was canceled. And then Carl Roberson also tested positive. So him versus Dalcha Lunglambula was also canceled. So that just leaves the 2 fights that I have up here. If you're new to my show, what I do is I go through and YouTube and I take a look at my favorite sports handicappers.
And he only does one fight on each of them.
That's not completely true. But I take their picks.
That this morning.
I take their picks and I put them side by side to help, me figure out which way I want to go for gambling purposes. You can just tail or fade any of the cappers. I try to mix up and use different cappers every episode, but sometimes I do use different handicappers. So anyway, I'll stop rambling. Let me get right on with it. Last week I went 5-3 when it was all said and done. Not bad, but my parlays didn't pan out because the 3 that I did get wrong were anchors of my parlay. And coincidentally they were all underdogs too. Damon Jackson, he got knocked out first round by Ilia Topuria. I don't know what I was thinking. Justin James, I figured his terminal father was in his, was ringside. I thought he got knocked out the first round too. Those 2, and of course Jack Hermanson, he lost in the main event. But anyway, I went 5-3, so I wasn't just a complete loss, but my big parlay bets all crapped the bed. Oh no. All right, so let's get on with this. At featherweight, we have Chase Hooper, youngest person on the UFC roster. He's 21 years old, and
that's young.
That is
young.
Not as young as you. 21 years old. He's taken on Peter Slippery Pete Barrett, who is 34 years old. Okay. Chase Hooper, the dream. He is 9-1-1 as a professional fighter. Coming in here as a ridiculous favorite at -400. The line is definitely off on that one. But so be it.
Video, can I have some hot cocoa?
Yeah, fine. Please let me get through this.
Okay.
Slippery Peter Barrett, he's a plus 300 underdog. 11-4. This is his I think he's been in the UFC for a bit. Chase Hooper, I think this is his second fight. His last week 6 months ago, he lost a decision to Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy there with the big afro hair, and he's Hooper is a BJJ brown belt, so this is pretty much grappler versus striker, and Peter Barrett, his last fight was a loss to. This is his second UFC fight, I do believe, because his first one he lost his debut, he lost to Yusuf Zalal by decision. However, he did not get choked out in the second round. He managed to survive the second round, being, like I said, striker versus grappler. Let's see what the cappers have to say for this. Okay, the Dream. He's got a 2.5 height and reach, 2.5 inch height and reach advantage, but shouldn't come into play because, like I said, how'd you know? He's on this. Okay, yeah, let's start with that. MMA fortune teller, his first comments were the line is way off, which it is at -400, ridiculous. But he's given the slight advantage to Chase Hooper. Then we've got MMA lock of the night. He's saying by submission, Manpreet. I think he said first or second round, but don't quote me on that. Let's just put submission. MMA Guru, that's with the knit cap, the British Guru. He's also saying by submission in the first or second round. Raw MMA News, that's Robbie. He is Irish, Dublin. He's from Raw MMA News. He's saying submission second round. There you go, Robbie. I like the specifics. I like specifics. Submission second round. I've seen a trend here. What I tell you, grappler, striker. Okay, and finally,
You didn't tell me that.
1, 2, 3, 4. The last guy. This is a short one. I'm only using 5 handicappers. Back to the old school. I didn't have a lot of time today. I was busy. Busy bee today, huh, Nor?
Busy.
Busy.
Take care of us.
We had to go 2 different grocery stores for grocery shopping.
Yeah, and I got a toy.
All right, easy. Okay, E-Money, he's saying either submission or ground and pound, TKO, stoppage, whatever you want to call it. He didn't say which round. Okay, so there you have it. That is a full capper consensus. A full capper consensus is
It's when
what?
all the handicappers pick one person.
That's right. It's a full capper consensus is when all the handicappers that I
I
looked
knew
up.
you were doing the stuff.
What?
The ball.
Football?
Yeah.
Or yeah, I know. This is fighting. It's when all the handicappers take one side, and in this spot,
Yep.
everybody that I researched for this is taking Chase the Dream Hooper at the fresh young age of 21.
Papa.
What?
G and P.
Ground and pound. That's how E-Money thinks the guy's going to win. Chase Hooper. But, oh, by the way, all these handicappers links will be in the description. Please check them out. Don't take my word for it. They wouldn't be on here unless I think they know what they're talking about. Which they do. However, let me tell you what.
The phone go ring, I pick it up, I say yellow.
No. All right. Let me explain something with this. I was researching this today. So it took me a little bit, but because I wanted to figure out what's the deal with Barrett's what kind of belt. I was like, what kind of belt, BJJ belt does he have? Does he even have a belt? Is he a blue belt, white belt? What is he? And so I went on the Google search, Peter Barrett, BJJ rank, BJJ belt, and I couldn't find what belt he is. However, I know, okay, this is the deal. Hooper trains at some combat sports and fitness in the state of Washington, Enumclaw, Washington. I clicked the link on Tapology for that camp. It's got 13 fighters out of there. Never heard of any of them. Okay. Now, Peter Barrett, on the other hand, he's fighting out of Boston, or out of the Northeast, out of Massachusetts. Sit Yad Tong Muay Thai. That's the school. He has 51 fighters on their roster coming out of that school. I know. It's a Muay Thai camp. So it's like clinch fighting, It's Muay Thai. It's kickboxing. Now, however, he also, for his jiu-jitsu, goes to Lausanne MMA, which is Joe Lausanne from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Who else is at that gym? Mike Slow Rodriguez. And who else? I'm not sure the rest of them, but there's another 51 total fighters coming out of that Lausanne gym. And Joe Lausanne's tough as nails, Okay? So, first of all, he managed to fight Youssef Zalal and not get submitted. Okay? Yeah, he's a striker. He'll tell you, I'm a striker. But here's the kicker, okay? He had an interview with I'm gonna definitely put it in the description, the link to the interview. There's an interview when I was looking for his damn BJJ belt, like his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu belt. I came across this interview with Joe McDonough, MMA. This guy, Joe McDonough, okay? It was a 15-minute YouTube interview, and it's awesome. And he totally flipped. I was all Chase Hooper, all about it. Total hype on Chase Hooper. Then I urge you guys, watch this damn video. Because he was like, all right. He said, okay, he's going to expose Chase Hooper's subpar, awkward striking style and knock him out in the first round. He come out and just said, I'm going to finish him first round and knock this kid out. His hype train is going to stop. He's like, yeah, he's a world-class BJJ brown belt, no doubt about it. But you know what? I've been training so hard with Joe Lausanne over at his gym, going against, having all these guys try to, defending takedowns, defending chokes, defending submissions, I've been working at this. He's like, I got the drive, I've got the heart. He's like, this is my I cannot go 0-2. He's talking about because he lost to Youssef Zalal. He's like, I know what UFC's got a huge roster, and right now they're not afraid to cut anybody. And if I go 0-2, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get cut, and that's why I'm not gonna happen. I'm gonna win so many fans this weekend. Oh my God. Check the link will be in the description. I urge you to check it out. And because of that interview, and he's been training at a decent gym, Hooper, who's at his gym? Combat, who's there? I don't know. He's not really Ben Askren's son either. I mean, he looks similar and stuff, but he's not Ben Askren's son. That's funny. But yeah, I think, yeah, if he gets to the ground, Hooper does have the edge, but I think Peter Barrett's been readying himself for the possibility of going on the ground. He's not, and he come out and just say, he's like, my path to victory is to not let it go to the ground. He's like, I'm going to keep it standing, and I'm going to knock him out first round, the end. So that's why I'm going against the capper consensus, and I'm taking, boom, Peter, Slippery Pete Barrett. Hey man, Youssef Zalal couldn't do it, couldn't put him away. He's like, I had enough BJJ just to make sure to keep that MFer off my neck in the second round. He goes, and I think Zalal's probably got a little bit better than Hooper, but I'm not, don't worry about it. I'm not going to let it go to the ground. If I do, I think I got the defensive skills to, he's like, yeah, definitely watch that interview. Definitely. Joe McDonough. It'll be I'll put the link in. By the way, Die Hard MMA Clint, he had Matt Holt on the show too. Matt Holt from US Integrity, which is like, they make sure there's fairness in sports betting pretty much. And, quick synopsis. They are both passing on this because of the ridiculous minus 400. I love it, man. Go ahead. Keep throwing money onto Hooper. Or, I want Barrett to even be a bigger underdog because I think he's going to, I'm taking him for his word. I think I'm going to take him KO. First round. That's right. fade me. Yeah, he might get styled by Hooper on the ground, but after watching that interview, I know it's just hype, but I don't know. Something about it. I trust the guy. I like him. I like slippery Peter Barrett. I hope he. Yeah, I'm rooting for him, buddy. I'm rooting for you. All right, so moving on. Now we got the heavyweight fight between Sergey Spivak and Jared Vanderaa. Okay. Sergey Spivak, he's 11-2. He's the favorite here at -220. All right. Hey. What's going on? He's taking on Jared Vanderaa, who is 11-4. He's the underdog at +185. What do you got with that hammer? What are you doing with that hammer? Ugh. Anyway, let's go. Sergey Spivak, he's fighting out of Moldova. He is the polar bear. Jared Vanderaa, he's fighting out of California, out of Dan Henderson's gym. And his name is The Mountain. The Mountain versus the polar bear. MMA fortune teller on his thing, he's like, you realize the polar bear is the most savage animal in the animal kingdom? He'll take out a lion, take out a tiger. He's the biggest bear, and they're ruthless, and they're sad. It was funny. He's like, what a fitting name for Spivak. Okay, anyway, Spivak, he's coming off that win over Carlos Felipe by decision, but prior to that, he lost to Marcin Tybura. But Marcin Tybura, I think he's going to take out Greg Hardy. So Marcin Tybura, that is nothing to be ashamed of. Marcin Tybura, he's a beast. I like Marcin Tybura, whatever. Anyway, the Mountain, Jared Vanderaa, he's coming out of Dana White's Contender Series, the Tuesday night thing. His last win was Harry Hunsucker against Harry Hunsucker. And before that, listen to this. Before that, his last win was a guy named Tony Lopez. Get this, the guy, Tony Lopez, he was at like Smash Global, like some fight promotion called Smash Global. It's regional. I don't know where it's from. But anyway, this guy, Tony Lopez, his record is 64-31. He's almost got 100 fights, that guy. 64-31, Tony Lopez. Man, I thought that was like 4 different people named Tony Lopez, but it's just one guy. And he happens to have 95 fights. Anyway, all right. Taking Spivak, we've got Robbie from Raw MMA News. He did not say how, but he's got Spivak winning. Then MMA fortune teller. Remember, he's high on the name polar bear. He likes that. That's his favorite animal, I think. MMA Guru is saying by finish. I'm not sure if he said the round, but he's got him finishing. Vanderaa. Vanderaa, like I said, he's fighting out of Dan Henderson's, and all these cappers are like, he's slow. You can pretty much see what's coming before and I guess his 11 victories, they're all cans. I mean, Harry Hunsucker, Tony Lopez, though, 95 fights, 31 of them are losses, 64 wins though. So he's got double the amount of wins that he does losses. That's something, right? Clint from Die Hard MMA Podcast, he's saying by submission. Let's see. Manpreet, MMA Lock of the Night, he's saying by decision. I guess Manpreet did great last week. I guess he only got one wrong, and that was the dude with Justin James. That was the only fight he got. He predicted wrong last week. From what I follow, I didn't listen to the whole recap of last week. I usually skip over that, but I did listen to a little bit of it. But anyway, he did well. Lock of the Manpreet, he did well. Plus, he stole. I guess he stole the idea of. I'm not even gonna get into that. Anyway, E-Money is also taking Sergey Spivak's so this is another full capper. That's fine. I can do it by myself. I'll wait for you for the recap. This is a full capper consensus. Boom, 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 boom. Full capper consensus. Look at you, knock the whole thing over trying to do your dance. All right. Okay. All right. You haven't been in dance class since coronavirus. You're doing pirouettes. Pirouettes. Right? Is that a pirouette? That's ballerina spin? There you go. You did it off camera though. Anyway. Who cares is right. That's another full capper consensus. Of course, these guys are just taking the fate. Well, that's not true. They're all saying how, so give it to them. But it's not tough. It's not hard to pick the favorite. I try to look for contrarian. That interview over there. Anyway, here I'm with the cappers. I'm this guy, Vanderaa, Jared Vanderaa. I looked at Harry Hunsucker, Tony Lopez, and those were the better of the guys that he fought. So he's pretty much a can crusher, this guy. Cans. That's what they call fighters that aren't that good. Just cans. Okay.
But I want cans.
You've been eating cookies and crap all night. Yeah, I'm taking the polar bear. Most savage animal in the animal kingdom, polar bear. There's a movie on Netflix called Polar. Has the one awesome Finnish guy, and it's great. Johnny Knoxville's in it for a hot minute in the beginning, but it's about assassins. It's killer. Polar, check it out. Anyway, I'm taking Spivak. I got him finishing this guy too. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but I'm gonna just call it within distance. Hopefully that'll get it a lot closer to a positive number. If not, I'm going to say round 2. So it's 3-round fight. Yeah, I'm going to say round 2. TKO round 2. Or finished. Or TKO round 2. Does that submissions count as TKO? It's like a ground and pound, right? But let's just call it a finish. A finish in round 2. Finish him in round 2. Spivak. Polar bear. The mountain. That's where the grizzly bears live, on the mountain. Vanderaa. All right, so there you have it. To recap. Really, Nor? Time check. Oh, you knock the camera over every time.
No, not every time.
Just about. I'm jumping in here. Okay. To recap, I've got Peter Barrett knocking out, going against the full consensus. I'm telling you, you know what else is in that video, which is awesome? The guy asked him about because it was right before or a couple days after Thanksgiving or something, he did this interview. He's like, what'd you do for Thanksgiving? Did you have to starve yourself? Because they're fighters, they have to make weight and all. He's like, no, man, I just put in two hours of cardio. And then he explained something about cold carbs and hot carbs. He's like, I had my sweet potatoes cold because then it changes it changes the carb because it's cold, it takes more of it breaks down harder in your digestive system. Therefore, there's no sugar boost from the carbs, where if you take it warm, it breaks it down and it jacks your sugar up. Like, you know, if you're diabetic or anything, you're watching that. So you wait for the potatoes, sweet potatoes in his case, to cool down, then it becomes a longer, I forget what he called. Just watch the interview. It's good, man. It's good. Because of that interview, I'm now a fan of Slippery Pete Barrett, and I'm pulling for him to win over plus 300, dude. I don't need that KO first round. That's a prop bet. I'm just gonna take him plus the 300, and I think he can get it done. This kid's good on the ground, but there's a lot of unnecessary hype. Minus 400. Get out of here. Anyway, and finally, I've got Sergey Spivak with everybody else. I got him finishing Vanderaa in the second round. I think this guy will be able to manage to escape the first round. I hope, anyway. But then in the second round, it'll be the end of the mountain. So there you have it. Gather the info, place those bets, and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching.
Place those bets and cash the tickets. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, and ring the bell.
Yep. Give me that like, thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, ring the bell. I'm doing videos just about every day.
Look at my chair.
I'm already working on the rest of the prelim.
I covered my chair with Christmas stickers.
Yeah. Next I'm working on Gavin Tucker versus Billy Q, Mackenzie Dern versus Verna, Daniel Pineda versus Cub Swanson, and I already got Justin Jr.'s picks on here. So yeah, stay tuned for the next. Good luck on these bets, and I'll see you next episode.
That means tomorrow because he made this at the night. Bye bye.
Bye bye.